All right. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the too ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vebra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. We've picked up a second viewer on the live chat. Hello, two viewers on live. Well, hopefully more people filter in. Let's jump right in. The first story, I've got two back-to-back that have a relation. Hey, Rich, new atheist. Hi, guys. How you doing? We're doing great. We are doing better than South Korean actress Kim Sae-ron. She is dead at age 24. Now, I sent you an article. I've seen the update.
This is kind of a bummer. I didn't know why you sent this to me. I feel bad for it.
Because I feel bad for her too. That's why I sent it, because I feel bad, because there's a difference. She did it herself. I did see an updated article. She committed suicide. So it says in here, no cause of death was provided, but foul play is not suspected. She did commit suicide. This is why this is sad. Beautiful young woman, promising actress. She got a DUI in South Korea. Did it say she hit a pole or something? She crashed her car, and she was
a Polish dude.
She hit something. I thought either way.
Like a literal.
She was drunk driving. She was stalled following a much publicized DUI arrest after following a car accident that cut off power to the Gangnam district in Seoul. So she had a power station. She hit something. So it resulted in Kim incurring personal financial difficulties due to the damages. Now, here's why this is so tragic. Beautiful young actress, promising, famous. Derails her career. Shame. Korean shame. In America, we elect our drunks to positions of power or appoint them. You got George W. Bush Jr., who got a DUI and became president. You had Ted Kennedy, famous drunk. And now we got Pete Hegseth as the head of the Department of Defense, just a fall-down drunk. This poor girl, Korea. I don't like to brag about American society or the way we look at the world, but man, the shame, the fact that she felt her life and career was over just because of a DUI. Sweetheart, you should have moved to America. We would have embraced you and just put you into positions of power. That's what we do here, is we elevate you for your DUIs.
That's true. If she would have came here and just started yelling about trans women in sports or the border or something, she'd be in Trump's cabinet. I guarantee you.
Right.
I'm not saying she'd stay there long. He fires them like a lot, but
yeah. But then she'd be able to write a tell-all book of her 2 weeks in the White House. Even didn't Scaramucci write a book after 7 days? Didn't he write a book? My 7 days in the White House.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. I've visited South Korea multiple times. I loved it. I was there during the Cherry Blossom Festival once. Beautiful country, beautiful people. I don't know. Maybe it's 2025. It's time to move past shame.
I mean, maybe there's a healthy middle ground. Hear me out on this one. See, their country is so about heaping shame on people that they're like killing themselves after a DUI, right? Our country, as you said, is electing our alcoholics. You know what I mean? And like Elon Musk is all up there on ketamine, rambling about God knows what at CPAC with sunglasses on, because he's probably all bloodshot. Right. So what I'm saying is, like our biggest celebrities are there because of a sex tape. So I'm saying somewhere in between the kill yourself because of a DUI and whatever this is here, that's like it's a perfect balance of shame. You don't want to be too shame heavy, but you don't want to be completely shameless.
I think we have plenty of get rich quick.
I said I'm high on PCP right now, so I'm a little more on the shameless side. I'm calling the kettle high on PCP or whatever. We have a lot of good ideas that we never follow through on this podcast. I think this should be our next one. Is we should start an organization that tries to incorporate. Create a middle ground, like you say, South Korean and American culture, or South Korean tradition and American lack of tradition, and blend them. We should try and work across borders to create this beautiful middle ground where we do not create millionaires and billionaires, because Kardashians out of people that make fuck tapes and have no discernible talent. And at the same time, if you fuck up and knock out power to an entire city in your country, you don't have to kill yourself. Right, somewhere in between the 24-year-old suicide because of a DUI and the Hawk Tuah coin, right? Somewhere in between those two things is the perfect, if we could just stop the pendulum right there. Somewhere in between North Korea, or sorry, South Korea and North America. Oh, we'll call it North Korea. We'll call North Korea is the perfect.
Just like we changed the Gulf of Mexico to go to the Gulf of America, we will change North Korea to we'll just, ignore the one that's already there. We will ignore tradition and history and reality and geography.
That's right.
We will be North Korea, North America and Korea. We're going to take it over.
In fact, screw it. I think Trump should rename North Korea to the Hawk Tuah Korea.
I'm glad you mentioned her because I forgot about her. I sent you a story. We never got to it. The story was that they pointed out that she disappeared after that coin. Like she said, "Oh, yeah. Sorry, it failed," and she
sorry it failed. / worried about legal repercussions. Probably little column A, little column B.
Well, and there's probably a third thing, which is I'm rich. I got mine. I don't need to do the podcast I formed. Like she formed a podcast to cash in on her sudden fame, and then the crypto really helped her cash in. She doesn't need the. Would you be doing this shit with me in a basement if we, we're crypto millionaires?
No, there's no way. If anything, we'd be doing the podcast in nicer places.
Yes. All right. So second story, I said it sort of relates to this one because we're staying in South Korea for our second story. Gangnam Style singer Sae issues bizarre apology to fans about his weight loss. Gangnam Style has been forced to issue an apology to fans after showcasing his recent weight loss. 13 years after topping the charts, the K-pop. But basically, he posted a picture like, "Hey, everybody, I lost weight." And everybody started in, "How can you call yourself a celebrity if you can't even maintain your weight?" I mean, God, that's gotta be a top tier line. A comment. How could you call yourself if you can't? This is like old school Victorian beauty, where if you were fat, it meant you were rich because you could eat, and the peasants were poor.
Yeah, I mean, I typed that whole thing angrily to Lizzo in caps lock. That exact same line. So I was disappointed, and so are Gangnam Style fans.
Hi Valerie, thanks for tuning in.
Skinny Lizzo, and no one wants to see skinny Gangnam Style.
Yeah, but the hitmaker simply replied, quote, "Sorry," smiley face emoji to the comments. Well, sorry, and a smiley face. Oh, they forgot to end quote. That's why I was reading it wrong. Poor AI journalism. He replied, "Sorry," with a smiley face, and other fans leapt to his defense because that's what happens. Is any celebrity does anything. And some come out and just start right in with the "how dare you lose weight," and then the others, "Don't be sorry about your weight. We don't care if you gain or lose weight. You're perfect. You're YOUR, no, not apostrophe. Sure. You are, but you look great, slim, love it. I understand. I don't understand why you have to apologize if you lose weight or get fat. That's nobody. You don't have to do a fucking thing. You can literally post a picture, and when they start complaining, ignore and or give twin middle fingers, going, I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I mean,
it's true. Well, I don't know. Paul in our live chat pointed out that he now outweighs Lizzo. That's right. He outweighs. What kind of a sick world do we live in where Paul in our live chat outweighs Lizzo?
Well, he is in Omaha, so that you got that Midwest weight gain for winter, Paul. You're going to be fine. It's probably just a Midwest winter weight gain. You're going to work it off just by walking outside in a couple months when we get our 2 months of summer.
But here's the thing: while Lizzo was getting thinner, who actually
I meant Nebraska. I said Omaha. I meant Nebraska. I meant Nebraska in general. Sorry, he said he corrected to say Lincoln.
Okay, yeah, I don't know wherever he's at. Hopefully, he's gaining more weight and trying to outbeat Lizzo. Because who was actually getting fatter while Lizzo was getting thinner? Thin Lizzy. Yeah, Thin Lizzy is now fatter than Lizzo. It's what the hell kind of world we live in? This is crazy.
It is crazy. Was there anything else I wanted to that? The track has been played more than 5 billion times. No, just another one of our favorite articles where something happens. So someone writes an article. They go find the 5 dumbest people on Twitter. How dare he lose weight? But the thing is, he shouldn't have responded. He should have just... then again, it's a good response. Just smiley, like, yeah, sorry, fuck you. Like that's sort of what it is. I mean, he didn't write a manifesto, a big long post of, hey guys, I was just trying to get my health together. Because who did that? Wasn't that Adele? Didn't Adele? No, she went
Oh
right
yeah, she
back
took
at
all
her
kinds of
haters.
shit
There was
about getting fit too.
someone that lost weight. I don't know if it was Rebel Wilson. They apologized. Someone I know apologized for losing weight. If anybody in the live chat can remember or look it up, but
Nah, dude. All right, Gangnam Style. If you're listening, here's what you do. Right, you make it Adele like sincere apology manifesto. Do like a 6-page thing. I'm so sorry. I brought shame on my family by getting thin. I swear to God, I will start deep frying my deep fried donuts. Like I will start packing all the way back in, and then you just keep getting skinnier and skinnier. You just keep put it, and then every week you write another one. Guys, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I've been eating so much Domino's. Did you guys know that they have stuffed garlic bread now? I've been eating so much of it. Somehow I'm just not gaining the weight. And you even like Instagram live yourself, just eating Twinkies or whatever. And then as soon as you're offline, you hawk it up like a sorority girl right before prom. You know what I'm saying? You, and you just keep getting skinny, Gangnam Style, and then keep telling them you're not gonna. You'd be like, Fat Gangnam Style's gonna be back next week, and then you look like Stephen King's thinner. You get like freakishly thin. You get like Olsen twin thin. Like just go nuts with it.
and that of course the comments start. Oh my God, does he have cancer? Does he have AIDS? What disease does he have? Because they're not going to let it go. They'll begin right in on the
Oh yeah.
conspiracies. Paul, not for
But you
nothing.
keep making the post just like good news, guys. I gained 5 more pounds today, but the picture is you just like just crazy freakish. It's like, no, dude, you got skinnier than yes. I know, I know I'm not a doctor. I know I don't see the scale, but I know it's less. What are you doing?
Uh, Paul says he's Hawaiian. He's not allowed to be skinny. Is that? I thought it was Samoan, or is it all of the oceanic cultures and tribes? I thought it was Samoan. Going to Hawaii in next month, in a month. So
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
going to Maui.
That's
Paul, where should
awesome.
I go? All right, Sophie and Ken says if I got skinny, I would walk around apologizing to everyone. Oh, I'm so sorry for being skinny. Can you see how sexy I am now? Sorry. He'd be too sexy for his shirt. Paul would be too sexy. People were forced to apologize for defending healthy weight and eating habits because it's fat phobic. I'm not fat phobic. Yeah, yeah. All Polynesians. Yeah, that makes sense. No, funny and insightful is right. There's been a period. I don't know if we're still in it, where I read news articles where doctors, and they didn't say fat. They use the medical obese. They would describe a patient as you're becoming obese. Your BMI is unhealthy. And these articles, I was shamed by my doctor. A medical diagnosis is
Yeah,
not
I've seen.
shame, you fat fuck. A medical diagnosis is a medical diagnosis. Now, if your doctor for some reason called you a fat fuck, that would be one thing. But the articles would say he called me obese and I felt shamed. Stop it! Knock it off with the McDonald's. Knock it off with the
No, I,
McDonald's.
I I agree. I know how they feel, man. I was shamed by doctors after my DUI, talking about I'm an alcoholic. You know what I mean? It's bullshit.
Well, you should have killed yourself like a South Korean actress. You fuck.
No, 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 no. I did the American thing. I kept drinking even more because I'm shameless and I'm still alive.
All right. Oh, here, beautiful story. Everybody talks about every few years, probably election cycle. Every election cycle, we hear a story about how Social Security is not going to be around for our generation, for the future generations, that we're going to run out of money, that Social Security's fucked, we don't have enough people paying in, blah, 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 blah. Well, according to Fortune magazine, so many Americans died from COVID, it's boosting Social Security to the tune of $205 billion. Now, the article is pass protected. I can't see a firewall. They want me to pay $79 to read, to subscribe to their magazine. So I don't know where they're getting their numbers and facts, or if Alicia Adamczyk is writing out her butt. But I mean, hey, COVID was bad, but silver lining, Social Security might be around for us.
It's true. That's true. Everybody likes to be all negative, but I always tell them a lot of people are dying. Keep a smile on their face.
I mean, it's an old Stanhope joke. More parking spaces, and the people that were dying, mostly the elderly. Sorry, Grandma, Grandpa, love you, but you shouldn't be driving anyway. So, You know, the older generations always sacrifice. What you do when you get older, you sacrifice for the youth, and that's what they did. They sacrificed due to COVID. They either succumbed or didn't want to get vaccinated, or just so. But either way,
Yeah, I mean, there is a simple solution to the Social Security problem, and that is just you remove the cap. You see, after the first, I believe, $160,000 worth of income in a year, they stop taxing it for Social Security. I.e., somebody who makes 10 million a year pays just as much in to Social Security as somebody who makes about 160,000. I don't remember the exact number, but it's around there.
right.
If you remove the cap, there will then be enough Social Security for all of us. And like the ultra wealthy just pay more,
Why would
since
we
don't
ever
wanna
do
that.
that? Because,
And especially
they work hard investing and sitting back and letting their investments just generate income for them.
especially with the current administration, since they're definitely not going to do that. You just have to create more illnesses to kill more old people. So I've been doing my part. I've been coughing on them on subways. I've been doing all that. And I'm like, look, I'm sorry. They're never going to actually tax the rich in this country. I got to kill you with germ.
Valerie, with the comment of the day, our future might look like Logan's Run. I love a good 1970s
Yes.
shitty sci-fi movie reference. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's either tax the rich or kill everybody who's older than 68.
No.
And
What was Logan's Run? Was Logan's Run, Valerie? Back me. Help. Is it 32 or 33?
It's
30.
It
was somewhere in there. You get to be like 32, 33. What was so Cobain? Did Jesus die at 27, or was that just Cobain and Hendrix? And I don't remember, but
I don't know. I don't remember.
Hopper Petty wants to know if we're sad that our generation let the country go to shit. Our generation? The fuck did we do? What generation do you think we are?
Yeah, I'm not as old as you think. I've aged horribly due to hard drugs, cheap booze, and bad genetics. You know what I mean? How dare you?
I do want to jump back to funny and insightful. We've moved on from this topic.
Gravitationally challenged. I like that. That's what I'm going to start calling it.
Yeah. Is that so I want to jump back to funny and insightful, even though we moved on. But in the live chat, we got, you remember how the industry changed words like overweight and heavy to plus size and big humans? Yes. And I think I've talked about this before. I am a person that for a long time has enjoyed Diet 7 Up. Diet 7 Up. And it was in a bright white box when you bought the 12-pack of Hands. And one day I just walked by the aisle of soda and glanced and I didn't see it. I'm like, oh, they must be out. And after a month of not seeing it, I finally Googled what happened to Diet 7 Up. And they said, oh, diet is a no-no word now. You're not supposed to diet because that's shaming. So it's just 7 Up zero sugar. And so I go look for it, and they put it in a box that looks exactly like regular 7 Up. So it used to be this white box that you could absolutely see down the aisle, like, oh, there's Diet 7 Up. But now they changed it to 7 Up Zero because dieting is bad. You can't diet for your health. You have to, and yeah, and no, I stopped buying it out of protest.
I'm kind of on their side with that one because they used to call stuff like while we were growing up diet something, and it's because, well, we took out the regular sugar and put this weird chemical jizz that we have in there to sweeten it instead. And then it turned out all that stuff was so much worse than the actual sugar itself. Like you'd have been just better off eating whatever bad shit was already in there, as opposed to fake bad shit that was worse than the real bad shit. So I think the younger generations are just kind of seeing that, like, oh, a lot of their products, even the ones that they claimed are healthy, are just pure poison.
Yeah, it's all chemicals. So Valerie is saying 33. I'm gonna quick look. But yeah, Paul is 27 was the celebs and 33 was Jesus. So it's 30. The population and consumption of resources are maintained equilibrium by killing everyone when they reach the age of 30. So man, you don't even get those extra 2-3 years. Logan's Run, we pop them out at age 30. Everybody stays young and pretty.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think that's the move. As opposed to taxing people who would.
Yeah. All right. So does this relate to that? Let's click. Well, here we go. Okay, it's not Medicare, it's Medicaid. I was going to say Trump said in an interview with Elon Musk that he wouldn't touch Medicaid. Hours later, he endorsed a GOP plan that could slash the program. Yeah, that if it was Medicaid is the one for anybody that can't afford. Medicare, I think, is the it's hard to keep track of the elderly, but
your Medicare, I think, is
yeah.
elderly.
But this is, this makes me not happy, but it's just another one of those situations of everybody said this was going to happen. This is Project 2025, where he went and he's like, I've never heard of Project 2025. Why are they trying to tie it to me? Every shit move he and Elon Musk have made, and not just Elon, has been Project 2025. So, billions in cuts in Medicaid, which insures 70 million people. And that's what they promised to do. They said we want to slash Medicaid, and yeah, could happen. Medicare is the program for Americans 65 and older. All right.
I mean, anybody who's sitting here going, I voted for the Republicans because I wanted government to help people. I mean, what do you want?
I think
what do you want?
The thing that makes me sad about it is the idea that the government has all this power, and it was only a couple, this last administration that where Biden finally pushed, hey, we have all this power in business. Why are we not negotiating for drug prices? You'd think that with a
right.
what's the budget? Did I just pass it? Either way, crap. I can't. It's huge. It's an enormous number with that much buying power. You'd think they'd say, hey, pharmaceutical industry, fuck you. We're not paying $10 for an aspirin, but whatever.
Now they did away with that. He got rid of that. So
yes.
Yeah. Drug companies, feel free to gouge us. Feel free to fuck.
Yep. All right. Oh, we got here we go. I loved this headline. I knew what this was before. I found a different story because I saw a headline that gave it away in the headline. I sent you a different story because I love the headline. Hugely popular restaurant chain on the brink of bankruptcy, sparking fears of mass closures. Can almost talk. Hooters is preparing to file for bankruptcy. Jake, you ever been to a Hooters?
I already had it. I have to find a new location.
I have a buddy, Baxter, who wanted to go to Hooters on his birthday. He's a fat guy. He's the only he would go to Vegas every year. Every year he would go to Vegas and spend $900 at the strip club. One year he gave one stripper $400 and came home literally saying, I think she liked me. I think she liked me. And that was the year we talked him into buying a prostitute.
There you go.
And so he finally, then he did, he went and he got a prostitute and he came back like, oh, I saved money and I had sex. We're like, hey, he wanted to go to Hooters every year.
But here's the thing.
birthday.
It started him down a different dark spiral. Last year, he was what? Stabbed by a pimp in Bangkok. So it turns out you guys kind of, you know what I mean? You gave up one a bad thing for another.
Yes. Either way, I had to take him to Hooters for his birthday every year. So I've been to Hooters multiple times. That was the one place he went. I don't know how the fuck they stayed in business in the first place. I don't know how they haven't been in bankruptcy forever. One, girls never look like their pictures. I never went to a Hooters and was like, wow, these waitresses are all sexy. No, I always went, like, I don't need to see more skin. I never saw a beautiful Hooters waitress. And two, and most importantly,
speak for yourself. I'll take drunk and easy over sexy any day. So,
I didn't say they were drunk or easy. They could be sober and just working their job to work a job. I am not insulting them on their character. I'm insulting them on their looks because I'm shallow and superficial. Gross. I'm a horrible person. But that aside, the food is fucking awful. You're a restaurant. Yeah, I get it. You're trying to sell yourself on tight shirts and short shorts, but my God, inedible fucking everything. I don't know how it stayed in business this long.
Yeah, right. I mean, I remember it was really good food when I was a kid. The slogan was "Come for the tits, stay for the coquille Saint-Jacques, and the foie gras seared lemon sole." It was like a whole thing when I was a kid. I mean, they would give you like an 8-course menu. It was really, I mean, they had a Michelin star. I don't know if you remember this. Hooters had a Michelin star when I was a kid. But yeah, eventually, they started cutting costs. It became all, it was actually a French restaurant. It was called like Hooters, and it was delicious. It was really tasteful. They were dressed like French burlesque dancers. It was a whole thing. And then it got fucking bought out by an American corporation. And of course, Hooters turned to Hooters. And now it's terrible.
I had a show last night outside of Chicago, and it was a benefit for the Marines, and they put it inside a Cajun restaurant, and for some reason the girls dressed sort of like Hooters. They had that muscle shirt, crop tops, and short shorts. And man, I'm not gonna lie, there were two of them there that could pull it off. Most of them couldn't. But
Sure.
I was looking like, all right, if the rest, I mean, I didn't understand how dressing in short shorts and tighty, shirts fit with the Cajun theme. But maybe is that a Mardi Gras thing that they? I don't know. They
Now,
weren't
if you're gonna
wearing
do a
beads,
cage, you
but
gotta have them dressed like the lady in Dukes of Hazzard. You know what I mean? The cut off shorts and the tight flannel
Catherine
shirt.
Bach.
Yeah.
Catherine Bach. How dare you
And
not remember her name?
you even know the actress's name. Jesus Christ.
Daisy Duke, Catherine Bach,
Daisy
such an
Duke. See, I can
important
even remember Daisy Duke.
part of my sexual development. I didn't know what it meant to be a straight person. I didn't know what it meant to be heterosexual, but I did know I looked at her in her tidy jeans and went, I got all tingly in my nether regions. So it was a, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Paul in the chat says a lot of those restaurants, the women look more like Jake than Daisy Duke. Yeah, that's true. It's pretty rough. It looks like me in drag if I wasn't trying very hard.
Who's Jake? Oh, Jake, you, Jake. I was thinking you should go for an Uncle Ben or Cletus or one of the other characters of the show. They look more like Roscoe than than Daisy Duke. That would be
Nah,
bad.
see, you're going way deep cut from 70 shows as opposed to goofy looking guy who's on the camera right now. See, that's the move.
Yeah. Neptune Red. I thought y'all said you were going to worship a big fat monster glizzy today. You're going to have to translate Neptune Red. I have no idea what that means. Jake, you got anything?
Is he talking about Lizzo? I don't know if that was a Lizzo reference, but I'm not really sure.
Paul, going back to Hooters, Paul says the beer was way overpriced too. Yeah, that's the other thing is it wasn't like it was Hooters corporate vision. We entertain the primal instinct of our customers, and yeah, food too. Yeah, it's like for a restaurant, food was the afterthought.
I think Hooters made sense back in the day, sort of when you saw a lot of sex scenes in action movies, right? And hear me out on this. I think they started to kind of slowly fade once people started streaming porn on the internet widely and for free because
why work at Hooters when you can have an OnlyFans if you're hot? Yeah,
right,
you don't have to
right.
punch in and get treated like shit like servers do. Good.
But then also from the if you're really smoking hot, I guess you do the OnlyFans. If you're the customer that just wants to see tits, you're like, I just paid $20 for like a really shitty, like barely fast food cheeseburgers just because these women are wearing tight shirts. I can see a gangbang on my phone right now. Like right now, I can get my thumbs to work. I can see the wildest sexual acts I can possibly think of that's not a felony. I can see it on Pornhub for free right now. Why did I just pay $16 for a Michelob Ultralight? That's crazy.
Hooters, according to Paul, Hooters pay 5-star prices for food that makes Denny's look gourmet. I just missed it. Where is it? Somebody, bro, look like Boss Hog and is objectifying others. LOL. At least I admitted to being an asshole. Neptune Red just posted a graphic. It didn't really explain what he said. I don't know. Oh, my guy spitting facts. All right. Let's jump to this. We're running out of time. We got 10 minutes left on the other one. We can live cast for a while after. But so last week, someone in the chat, for no reason, decided just to start screaming "Free Palestine," just all caps "Free Palestine." And when Jake saw it, Jake, do you remember what you said?
I think I instantly started shitting on them and Palestine, which I'm not even against Palestine. I just if you show up in the chat,
you said
coming at me trying
I
to
agree. Palestine should be free. I would.
I will go against whatever side you're yelling for. What's up?
You said, I agree, Palestine should be free. I wouldn't want to pay a cover charge to get in there. That was your response immediately. It's like, yeah.
That's right.
Then Jerry Seinfeld went viral because someone tried to take a selfie with him and said, all right, say free Palestine. And Seinfeld said, I don't care about Palestine. And so there was a moment where Palestine was big. And so we got some pushback. I got two. I only took a screenshot of one.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
So I want to read this. A guy named Chris Holmes. I would be so happy if it was the guitar player from Wasp. I would be so happy if the guitar player from Wasp was still drunk on vodka and commenting on our videos. But He went through.
He's gonna tour with Roger Waters, the Free Palestine tour.
He went through. Anybody that doesn't know, Roger Waters went on a huge anti-Israel kick a while ago. So he went through my videos and starting on the Palestine one, and just spammed this comment. These Americans want to go crush, massacre, slaughter, starve, rape, and burn Palestinians in their home, and they want Palestinian land. Such American Christian values. Then they want Arabs to pay for their bombs that killed children and build Riviera for such idiots so they can come and pee their American beer. If this isn't psychopathic narcissist behavior, I don't know what a fuck it is.
I love how serious and literal he took my goofy ass joke about whoever the fuck was commenting about Free Palestine.
Right. But I just love the one-sidedness of it. I love the one-sidedness of any issue. If we really want to talk about this, all right, guess what? It's complex. And also, guess what? If you want to say, they've been saying Free Palestine for decades. If you want to say Free Palestine right now and say, well, there's an Israeli occupation, well, what started that occupation? Was it a little something called, I don't know, October 7th, I believe? Did I get the date right?
I mean, to be fair to the guy in the comments that hates this, the war's been going on since before October 7th. That's what that guy would say in caps.
But that's what I'm saying. If it goes before October 7th, Israel wasn't even in Gaza. They left, they put up a wall and said, you guys deal with it yourself. You know, like they weren't a governing body. What were they to be freed from?
A wall and embargoes and things like that. So it's like it's not, you know.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's a great. It's not black and white on either side is the point. So when you pick one side and you just go all in without seeing the nuance, you get someone like Chris Holmes leaving this comment everywhere. It's like, come on. We're two fucking jagoffs making stupid jokes about everything. You expect
and
us
basically,
to
if we're
suddenly
not talking about Israel Palestine and you show up in our fucking DMs and chat trying to talk about Israel Palestine, I will shit on whatever side you're for because I'm not really for either side over there. You know what I mean? Like I'm not for a side that's just going to carpet bomb whole city blocks out of existence. I'm also not for the side that is parading child coffins around fucking Gaza right now. So I think both sides can eat a dick. How about that?
Yeah,
I'm against both sides.
There you go. That's a stance. Name. I can't remember his real name. Michael, Miguel, Mike, Mick. Either way, he's a name. I know. I recognize him. I know he is. Neptune Red. They believe anything from Elon if it involves discrimination. Elon and Trump. I mean, I'm not shitting on him. It's just I'm jealous of them. I'm jealous of Elon and Trump. I'll just admit it. They have such a cult-like core following. It doesn't matter what bullshit, lies, untruths, absolute horrible shit they spew. Their cultists believe it. I wish I had that kind of following. I wish we had that on the podcast. We got people challenging us in the comments all the time in the live chat. Hey, if we just had a bunch of mindless sycophants, I'd be happy.
Yeah, besides, based on that CPAC interview he gave, he's clearly got better ketamine than me. So I'm jealous of Elon for that as well.
All right. What time do we got on the clock? Do we have time for one more? We might. I'll just keep an eye on the clock. Pete Buttigieg slams Democrats' Portlandia approach to pushing diversity. Oh, I like this because it's what I've been saying for years. Even Obama called out cancel culture, and now Pete Buttigieg, a proud gay man, is pushing back against the far, far left and their, it's not enough to be a normal human being. You have to be an activist. You have to be an anti-racist. It's not enough to be not racist. You have to fight. It's like the way he puts the quote is, what do we mean when we talk about diversity? Is it caring for people's different experiences and making sure no one is mistreated because of them, which I will always fight for? Or is it making people sit through a training that looks like something out of Portlandia, which I have also experienced? That is how Trump Republicans are made. Yes, when you keep pushing for the most absurd, we talked about it last week. Democrats lost their ass. They elected a new leader for the DNC chair. And one of the first things they said was, we have to make sure everything is parity. So if we have 3 men and 3 women and a non-binary, we have to balance things out. Just shut up. worry about governing, worrying about
See, I'm even
leading.
more progressive than that. When I take control of the DNC, it's all eunuchs. I'm going to turn them all into eunuchs, like in Game of Thrones, and then they would just sit there, the head of the DNC in robes. You know what I mean? No nuts, head shaved, everything. Just giving fucking facts and good policy.
You think Game of Thrones, you say eunuch. The first thing I think of is History of the World Part 1 when the dancer outs Gregory
Jesus, man,
Hines.
your fucking callbacks are like so goddamn ancient. Like
Oh,
this
but
is
so
crazy.
good. Nothing is better than a Mel Brooks movie when the dancer goes up against all the eunuchs, and then Gregory Hines is the only one who the he's got a feather. He's standing there like this, and it just goes to show
That's
that he's
good. It's a
not the eunuch.
solid part. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
but
that's
man, that's like a 40-year-old movie at this point.
it doesn't make it any less good.
See, I thought my Game of Thrones reference was too dated. Like I thought that was too dated. You're like, no, you know what else? Remember that thing 40 years before Game of Thrones?
I haven't seen History of the World Part 2. Was that on Hulu? We have Hulu now. We didn't have it for a while. I think I have to look up History of the World Part 2.
It's honestly, it's decent. I don't think he wrote most of it. I think it's one of those Mel Brooks presents kind of deals.
No. Kind of like when they
It was
brought back
good, but
Mystery
honestly, I
Science
didn't
Theater
really
3000
remember.
on Netflix. That sucked. Oh, I couldn't make
What's
it
up?
through a single episode of
Which one?
Mystery Science Theater 3000. They brought it back on Netflix, rebooted it.
I didn't even realize they brought it back.
Just horrible. All right, we're going to go to the live chat. We have a minute left on the recorded Spotify version. So thanks for tuning in. If you're listening on whatever platform you listen to, we are live almost every week on YouTube if you want to join the live chat sometime. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me on nathantimmel.com. T-shirt store, over 50 designs, special on YouTube, books on Amazon. Jake can be found at Jake Vevra on all social media. Also, special, newer than mine on YouTube, Unalived by Dog Pills. Jake earlier made a
Look
joke
it
about
up.
his appearance, said he looks bad due to genetics and drugs and alcohol. Well, if you want to hear the story about how he ingested so many drugs that he passed away for a couple hours there, or a couple minutes, not a
They
couple
got me back
hours.
though.
He was dead. I like how I just said that. You were dead for a couple hours, and they brought you back. You had a little ticker issue because of drugs. Either way, we're running
There
out
was
of
a
time.
German scientist on the hill who many of the village people considered abominations. But you know what? He was doing the Lord's work. He brought me back. Did I have all my hair? Were my teeth completely aligned? No. All right. He fucking brought me back after 2 hours. I'm tired of you guys calling him a Schockenfrock, whatever the fuck that means. You used to scream it with your pitchforks and torches. I don't like that.
All right. Either way,
Yeah,
thanks
Jake
for
Devereaux.
tuning in. So we're going to switch
Yeah.
over to the YouTube live chat. We're going to stay on YouTube. We're signing off of the Spotify.
Gangnam Style lost all that weight because of the vaccine. Don't be fooled.